Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Noir Tapes. Back again today with another video. Today I'm going to do 3 tips to improve your workflow in the MPC. These are some generic tips, nothing crazy, no deep diving into anything. I'll change to a top-down view when I'm breaking down what I'm actually doing in the MPC. These are pretty general tips just to improve workflow. They're handy to increase your efficiency and speed. They may not make your beats sound better. That's a disclaimer. But they will help speed up the workflow once you've got it going. So first let's have a look at MPC templates. Alright, so tip number 1, making templates. I think this is essential for speeding up the process. I like to create a nice template with something on the master chain, with some sequences in there for my drums and my samples and stuff. And I like to make sure I have them there so they're ready to go. When I boot up the MPC, I can go use the template and I can just chuck drums into the drum program and then start to figure out a pattern. So we'll start by adding a new program. Bang. On track 1, we'll just call it sequence, like how I do it. There's our program. Track 1, sequence 1. We'll call this start up. So it's the startup sequence. Alright, so we created a program, called it sequence in the startup sequence. We'll set the global tempo to 90. And then we'll come into the program and we might add like a filter and then maybe a compressor or something. Alright, so we got those two on there as well. We'll turn them off because it's a startup sequence. You can put on plugins and you can put other stuff in your sequences. So it's up to you, do it however you like. And then all you do is you go menu, save, and then you go set project as. Go to wherever you save your projects. I'm just going to use this blank area here. Give it a title, start up. So I just called start because it's a startup sequence, like a template when you start making beats. The important part is to tick this box here, save as template. As long as you do that, once you hit save, it will save it as a project file that you can access anytime, but also as a template. Then when you go into your menu, go to preferences. Under preferences in the project load and save tab, you can see here it has template and has file. I have one already called Noir Tapes, but if you press that, the little magnifying glass, you go to wherever you saved it and you pick that file and you hit select. And then if you go menu, new project, don't save that because I'm not changing that. When it loads up, this is your main screen. You have empty project down here, but you also have user template. And when you press that, it opens up with that template that we just made, the startup template. So add what you want. Don't try to do too much though, because you will limit your creativity. You want to just make sure you have the essentials on there basically. Alright, so that's the MPC templates. The second tip I'm going to talk about is organizing your folders with the favorites. So if you go shift, menu, you go into the browser, go back just to any screen. You've got these 5 sections up here. These are all your favorites. So if I press one, it takes me to where all my beats are saved. Press another one, it takes me to my personal file, etc. Number 5 takes me to individual drums. These favorites are used to jump around the file system to preset locations. The way to save a file as a favorite is simply just hold shift and press on whichever one you want when you're in that file. So navigate to the file, you hold shift and you press one and it will light up white and that will save it as a favorite. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to ruin mine, but you get the picture. Give it a go. Very handy. I can jump between all my sample packs, my beats, etc. And the last tip I want to talk about is using envelopes to stop declicking on samples. I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty simple and you can make it apply to all the pads in a program. So I'll show you right now. So let's say you have a sample like this one here and it's popping. You can hear at the start it's popping when I'm playing it. To fix this, all you need to do is add an envelope. So you come down here to the envelopes tab, just to the first one, the amp envelope. Change the attack, which is just adjusting the fade in at the start of the sample, and the decay, which is at the end. Now there won't be any popping. And the trick is basically to speed up your workflow. You can just press this button here, this middle one, and then change it from the current pad to all, and that will highlight all the pads. And then in your envelope, when you make changes, it will affect all the pads. So if I go here, Now if I dramatically change it. All it does is clamp the sounds when you chop the sample. Adding that subtle attack and decay will stop any pops and clicks. And you honestly won't notice it regardless, unless you really over dramatize it. And even then, if you have drums below it, the drums will be hitting in this space here. So you won't notice it at all, really. Alright, and there you go. That's 3 tips for improving your workflow in the MPC. I hope these help. If you didn't know them before, it's nothing crazy, you know, sometimes you'll be watching tutorials to learn more game, and people don't cover these little things like this. And I think it's essential to know all these little shortcuts, you know. Even if it may not improve your beats to start with, as you learn how to make better beats, it is essential to know these tips just to speed up the time, make beats quicker, more efficient. Efficiency is the key. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.